I'm getting a very specific message for someone today, someone who very much embodies the high priestess energy. So, you are someone who has learned to become very in touch with their own intuition. And what I'm getting is that your intuition at this point guides every area of your life. And you've become very loyal to that intuitive voice within yourself. So if something feels right to you intuitively, you will take steps towards it. And if something begins to feel intuitively off for you, even if everything in the physical looks correct about it, you will pause and allow time for the deeper truth to be revealed to you. And you've noticed time and time again how your intuition has been confirmed to you. In fact, you've gone through this confirmation loop so many times where you followed your intuition even when it didn't fully make sense. And you saw how it played out, and then you mentally connected those dots. And you did this over and over again to the point where at this point, living intuitively has become natural for you, meaning most of the time you may not even fully realize just how many decisions you are making from your intuition, because to you, it just feels natural. You make these moves without even necessarily overthinking them at this point. It's become very automatic for you, and this is so beautiful. I'm also picking up on someone here who's right on the brink of a really massive manifestation of some kind. So there's something in your life, maybe it's like a whole lifestyle, like many areas of your life at once that are going to be leveling up. But I feel that you are very close to some major change or a major positive manifestation. And you've had a sense of this coming for a long time. The pathway to this has been entirely intuitive, as we've really been talking about since the beginning of this reading. And you've become extremely clear. That's the best way I can describe it. When it comes to your energy is clear and focused. You may even be feeling almost like a fog has lifted, and suddenly you have this clarity about a pathway forward, or about, it's almost like this sense of knowing like has just clicked in for you, where you know something that you've been desiring for a long time is now about to manifest. You know it's just inevitable. And so that's where your energy is right now. But what I'm picking up is, and why I wanted to come on with this message, is that you have certain people in your life or from your past that may ask a lot of questions about what you're doing, where you're at location-wise, if you are someone who travels, what you've been up to lately, what you've been creating, what your new ideas are. You have people in your life who may ask you a lot of questions, or like to kind of keep tabs on you or keep up with information about you. And there's a message coming through that it's really important to use your discernment when it comes to who you give information to, even information that may seem innocuous. So for example, if you're traveling somewhere, you may be having a really great experience on the trip or really enjoying yourself, and then suddenly you have people reaching out to you asking where you're traveling to, or where you are, or what's going on in your life. And if you share that information with them, you may notice that either suddenly they go quiet or stop responding altogether, almost like they got the information that they were looking for, but they weren't really interested in connecting. This is a major sign that this person, and again, it doesn't have to be travel, of course. This is one specific example, but this could be them asking you about your work, your career, a business idea, something going on in your life. And what I'm getting is that if this happens and then you notice that things either start going haywire or start going wrong, or you may just feel like some of your energy has been diluted, like you start to feel a little bit of angst or restlessness or like almost like a little bit of a negative energy around you, this can actually be a signal that this person was not gathering information to really connect with you in a deeper way or to support you. And I'm not saying that they were doing this consciously, by the way, because for many of them, this is unconscious. But in essence, what they may have been doing is trying to get information about you, because when you open up to someone like that in some way, it's like you sort of create an energetic pathway between the two of you that is now left open. And this can then give them a way to send you some type of energy more strongly. Again, not necessarily in a negative sense, but once that connection is forged, it opens up a bit of an energy path between you and this person. So then let's say they go on to think negatively about you or feel jealous about what you're doing or the successes in your life or things you're excited about or things you're creating. That kind of either jealous or negative or cynical, critical energy can reach you more easily because you opened up to that person. And so via that kind of pathway that they strengthened with you, they can then project a little bit of energy onto you. And then you can feel that more strongly in your own field and find yourself reacting to it either by suddenly feeling really tired or really like irritated or just feeling like a negative energy around you. And so the reason this is coming up here is because what I'm getting is that not everyone who shows interest in you or in your dreams or in your life necessarily wants to connect with you on that deeper level, because you may have certain people or energies around you from your past or in your life who are feeling threatened as they are seeing you clearly elevating yourself to a higher reality, clearly standing out. This kind of feels connected in some way to the reading that I just did about how there's a collective that's sticking out like a sore thumb in a way, where people around you are noticing that you no longer really belong in that old reality because you've already shifted out of it and your physical reality is just catching up. So if this reading is connecting, you may want to check out the previous reading that I did as well. But I'm really picking up that you are meant to be using your discernment here and protecting your energy by only sharing the more vulnerable parts of yourself, your visions, your dreams, your ideas, information about you with people that you've vetted against your own intuition. So that you know have genuine, clear, good intentions and want to connect with you on a deeper level. I'm also getting a message here of being cautious of people who stay silent when you talk about your successes, but are very loud when you talk about things that you perceive to be shortcomings or failures or bad days. Because what I'm getting as well, and I don't mean this reading to be negative at all, but the messages were coming through so strongly today because of a very positive reason, because of the beautiful reason that this collective I'm speaking to here is actually shifting in a big way and on the brink of these really powerful, positive manifestations. But you're going to get there a lot faster if you use your intuition when it comes to interacting with these individuals and protect the pure momentum behind these goals and dreams and visions rather than diluting that momentum by sharing information with people who will then project negative energy onto whatever your goals may be. So what I'm getting here as well is you may have someone in your life, or for some of you, this could be multiple people who seem to be incapable of celebrating your successes. So when you share something that you are proud of or excited about, they may not necessarily say anything negative, but they'll be noticeably quiet or not really comment on it, or not really celebrate you or congratulate you or say anything positive. But then these same people, when you are going through something negative or having a bad day or just feeling like you've failed in some way, and you share that with these people, they may actually really latch onto it and seem to be really, really supportive. Like they want you to tell them everything about that negative situation. They want to be there for you. And this can kind of trick your mind into believing that they genuinely are supportive of you. But if those same people who are so supportive when you're having a bad day are completely silent anytime you share something that you're proud of or excited about, it may be an indication that for whatever reason, they're only capable of or willing to connect with you from a lower timeline. And when they see you shifting into a better place for yourself or a higher timeline or manifesting things that you desire, they may be feeling subtly threatened because they know that they connect best with you when you're on a bit of a lower timeline, if that makes sense. And they themselves may, again, not be either capable of or willing to sustain the energy of that higher timeline in order to connect with you from that higher place. Or at worst, they may even feel threatened when they sense that you are shifting in ways that they haven't been shifting within themselves. I'm hearing something about certain people having a stronger fear of losing you than a desire to see you succeed. So that may be something very much to keep in mind. Like, does this person I'm communicating with have a stronger fear of losing me than a desire to see me succeed? And what I'm seeing is that you're in this period of time where your intuition is, I just saw the number 1212 on the recording timer. Your intuition is actually being louder than ever before in this kind of weeding out process. People are being illuminated around you, and you are beginning to see truth in certain people, connections, and relationships that you've never really fully seen before. And it's more in your face than ever before, is what I'm picking up on here. And so you may feel as though your inner circle is really shrinking, or the people that you can really be open with and really share your successes with or your life with, you may feel like that circle is getting smaller. But I'm hearing celebrity energy. It's almost like you have celebrity energy spiritually at this point, where just like a celebrity may be very well known around the world, but they will only have a select few group of people that they will share their secrets with, that they'll share their visions with, the most intimate parts of themselves. I feel like I'm hearing the higher you elevate, the smaller the circle, which I know is similar to a common phrase I've seen in Instagram text posts. So I can't take credit for that, but I don't remember where it comes from originally. But essentially, yeah, the more you elevate spiritually, energetically, the more you level up your life, the smaller your circle of people that you feel you can really share the intimate details of your life with is going to become. However, my guides are adding on to that, but the bigger the impact. So the higher you elevate, the smaller the circle, but the bigger the impact. And you really are having this global impact right now. And it's only going to grow stronger. And when I say global, it's funny because I feel that for some of you, that feels like an overstatement, because you may feel as though whatever you're doing or creating isn't having that kind of impact. But I'm talking about at the level of frequency. I'm talking about the impact you're having in the quantum realm. And yes, if this reading is for you, know that the kind of energy you're showing up in and infusing into the things that you do or the things that you create or the way that you live your life, it quite literally is impacting the collective on a planetary level, whether you are consciously aware of that or not. Yeah, I feel with the Three of Pentacles reversed that there may be certain people in your life who have been very unmotivated to change their own life in positive ways. They've been very settled in their current timeline, but to you, their current timeline feels like a lower timeline because you've evolved out of it. You've expanded your energy out of it. But it's almost like some of these individuals, even again, if it's not necessarily malicious, they will want to hold you to their timeline because they, again, like we said earlier, they're more afraid of losing you than they are desiring of seeing you succeed or elevate yourself. Now, with the Six of Swords in the upright position, I'm hearing that this is kind of a quantum message. So we're going to unpack this a bit. But I'm getting a message about how a slate has been wiped clean. And there's something coming through about how for a while you may have felt bound to certain people, things, or situations from your past. And this may have come from a sense of loyalty to certain people, things, or situations that may have once benefited you or supported you in certain ways, but lately have only been kind of constricting you or tiring you or burning you out in some way. It's almost like I'm getting the sense of someone having loyalty to certain like people or groups or situations or dynamics that, or even patterns internally that once brought some kind of result or served their growth, but continuing to give a lot of energy to them even when it's detrimental to you because of this sense of loyalty. And what I'm hearing is you're entering this era where it's almost like, again, this slate is being wiped clean, where I'm hearing you're allowed to just live free from your past. You no longer have to be bound to old versions of you, to past timelines. Interesting. I know that message is a little bit strange. I'll see if I get any more details about it. But I'm just getting that this is really healing for you energetically. It's also allowing you to live more in the present moment because you're no longer feeling a loyalty or a dedication to the past, whether it was a past job or timeline or connection or version of yourself. I'm hearing, let your highest commitment be to the version of you that you're evolving into now and that is continuing to evolve. Let your highest commitment be to your own evolution, not to anything from your past, because your own evolution is actually what provides the greatest benefit anyway for all of the people and things and circumstances around you. So I'm going to see if I can channel any other information here. I'm going to reshuffle all of the cards here. While I'm shuffling, by the way, if you would like assistance in keeping your energy clear and high vibrational, especially if you're dealing with a lot of these different people who may be projecting onto you in some way, personally, I like to use my 7 Chakra Clearing Subliminal every day. I have it added to a playlist in my Subliminals app that I listen to while I'm doing my manifestation routines in the morning, which, by the way, I would love to share more about my personal manifestation routines in a future YouTube video if that's something you're interested in. But anyway, this Subliminal is very comprehensive. It works with each of the 7 chakra centers, and subliminals are specifically targeted to the subconscious mind, which is so powerful because research shows it's actually our subconscious that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So subliminals help you to deeply shift and reprogram all of those subconscious energies that you are essentially exuding on autopilot because they're happening through the subconscious. So I love listening to subliminals overnight while I sleep or sometimes during the day because they really help me to feel clear and magnetic and high vibrational all day long. And I've used them to manifest so many things in my life over the last several years. So I'm really passionate about sharing all of them with you as well. And The name of my Subliminals app is Sound and Soulful if you want to search for it in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And again, the name of the Subliminal that I really recommend if you'd like a comprehensive, deep level energy clearing that you can use on a daily basis is my 7 Chakra Clearing Subliminal. And there is a search feature in the app that you can use to search for this subliminal specifically. But I will leave all that information in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so I know this message has been a bit heavy, but my guides also want to bring a lighter note into this by saying that every connection has the capacity to evolve with you, but it requires you to choose your own evolution. And that if you forfeit your evolution to serve someone else or to serve a past version of yourself, you will find that you will build up resentment over time, and ultimately it won't be beneficial to either you or to the other people that could be involved. So actually allowing yourself to commit fully to your highest vision, to this most current updated version of you that is constantly evolving, is not only the most self-loving thing that you can do, but also the most unconditionally loving way that you can operate for others involved as well. Because when you commit to this highest version of yourself, you are, in essence, allowing others the opportunity to rise to a higher frequency for themselves and to align with a higher version of your connection with them as well. It's almost like you are holding space for others to connect with a higher version of themselves by being motivated up to connect with a higher version of you, because that's all you're allowing access to. Meaning when you cut off access that people may have used to connect with past outdated or lower versions of you, you push them in a sense to align with not only a higher version of you and of the connection, but of themselves as well. Because in doing that, it automatically aligns them with a higher timeline for themselves personally that will naturally elevate every other area of their life as well. And in fact, for some of you listening, I feel I'm speaking to a very powerful spiritual role that you have taken on this planet as a soul. Yeah, I'm hearing the keeper of the highest timeline. It's like you keep or protect or hold the vision for a higher reality, for a higher timeline, and inspire others up to that place. With the 10 of Cups coming out here, this is such a beautiful card to close this reading on, because this is about completion, harmony, peace. That is the kind of energy I feel that you are aligning with on this timeline. You're no longer available for conflict or for disharmony. You're no longer available to lower yourself to a past restrictive, outdated version of your own being to connect with someone else from that place or to make them feel more comfortable in their own settling. And that is actually a powerful thing. That lack of availability for past versions of yourself or for lower timelines is actually literally increasing the value of your energy in a sense and elevating every aspect of your reality. So I really hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope it reached whoever was meant to hear it. As always, use your intuition, only take what does resonate. But if this did connect, I would love for you to subscribe as well. Join our beautiful community here on YouTube. And of course, you can leave me a comment if anything here connected for you personally. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post a lot of daily text posts and energy updates. And you can now follow my channeled music on Spotify. I am a singer-songwriter, and I've started sharing my channeled songs as well outside of these readings. So my third song has just released, and the name of the song is Hard to Reach Places. So there may be a message for you in one of those channeled songs as well. And again, you can follow me on Spotify. My artist name there is Songs by Infinity, but the link is underneath this video as well. And if you do want to utilize my 7-chakra energy clearing subliminal to help you keep your energy clear and high vibrational all day long, the link to get my subliminals app is in the pinned comment and description box below. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love. I hope you have an amazing remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in tomorrow's reading.